Good morning, beautiful people. Thank you very much for tuning into the Dewey Show. And I'm sorry about the poopy quality, but it is what it is. I'm trying to get this fucker to work, but it won't because it's a douche. Whatever. Anyway, thank you to AdamL.com for sponsoring the Dewey Show. Would you like to spice up your sex life? Well, Adamel has you covered. They have sex toys, condoms, lubricants, underwear, DVDs, literally thousands of items. It will make you and your partner very happy and very satisfied. That all sounds awesome, right? Well, it just gets better because if you go to adamel.com and you use the offer code Dewey at checkout, you will get 50% off of almost any one item as well as free and always discreet shipping. That's adammale.com. ADAMMALE.com. And the offer code is Dewey, which you'll use at checkout. That's DEWEY. Along with all the other things I talk about today, this link and offer code will be in the description of today's episode. Thank you very much to AdamL.com for sponsoring the Dewey Show. All right, folks. So I want to talk about the Wall Street Journal's reporting on Biden's State of the Union key takeaways. Let's go to this. In his first State of the Union address, President Biden stressed unity at home and abroad in responding to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, while also pledging to address inflation and declaring a new moment in the pandemic. Uh, Here are some key takeaways from the speech. Ukraine, unity on Ukraine. Grappling with a deep political divide throughout Washington and the nation, Mr. Biden asserted that the U.S. and the world is united against Russian President Vladimir Putin and his invasion of Ukraine, winning bipartisan ovations early in his address. Quote, he thought he could divide us at home in his chamber and his nation. He thought he could divide us in Europe as well, Mr. Biden said. But Putin was wrong. We are ready. We are united. The speech, originally seen as an opportunity to pump up support for his domestic agenda, provided Mr. Biden work with his biggest stage yet to detail his effort to work with allies to counter Mr. Putin. While he has drawn criticism from some Republicans for not issuing sanctions on Russia sooner. Okay, so if you're new, facts first, opinion second. That's my motto. So I'm done with the fact part of that. Republicans are saying that he should have put sanctions on Russia sooner, coming from the people that were fucking chanting "Go Putin" at the CPAC. Well, I don't think it was a CPAC, but it was definitely a conservative uh, room because they're like, "We gotta save the white blah 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 men." It's like, dude, we had the fucking roads paved for us. What the fuck are you talking about? Uh, you know, I, 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 I'm just so fucking sick of that shit. I'm so sick of it. Republicans flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. That's why when you go to vote, folks, you vote blue. That's it. You vote blue. If you want our country to continue to be a democracy, we were this fucking close to losing it January 6th, 2021. This close. And luckily we didn't. Thank God we didn't. So my thought is what we should do is ban Donald Trump from ever running again. That's first and foremost. And after we do that, we should uh, move on as a country. The Republicans can stop being fucking lapdog douche bags, I guess. Is I'm not talking about like all Republicans. I'm friends with some Republicans and they're decent people, and not happy with where they're not happy with where the GOP is at right now, party wise. So no, I'm not blanketing all Republicans. So please don't get that idea. But I just think that if we unite again, well, I don't know. If we can get it to where, you know, our families aren't like fucking fractured over political differences, like, oh, you don't support Trump, I don't want anything to do with you. That's just fucking madness. Um, it's madness. And I don't know what to say other than that. So, moving on, we're going to talk about the Texas primaries, uh, namely between Abbott and O'Rourke. So, before I do, um, please don't forget to support the sponsor of the show, adaml.com. If you go to adaml.com and you use the offer code Dewey at checkout, you will get 50% off of almost any one item as well as free and always discreet shipping. That's adaml.com. ADAMMALE.com. And the offer code that you use at checkout is Dewey. That'd be DEWEY. Along with everything else I talk about today, this link and offer code will be in the description of today's episode. Thank you once again to AdamL.com for sponsoring the Dewey Show. All right, so this is from The Hill. They're kind of right-leaning website, but they're mostly dependable. The first primaries of 2022 midterm election season took place in Texas on Tuesday, shaping the field for November's general election. Governor Greg Abbott, the Republican, and Beto O'Rourke predictably won their party's primaries for the gubernatorial nomination, while progressives saw a major win in the 35th House district in and Republican Hispanic women saw victories in South Texas. Here are a few takeaways from Tuesday's primaries in the Lone Star State. A mixed night for progressives. Progressives scored a major win in the 35th district, where Austin City Council member Greg uh, Kasar glided to a relatively easy victory. Uh, Kesar was seen as a progressive favorite in the primary and is probably going to coast to victory in November. He touted support for major progressives figures such as Senators Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, along with progressives, Representative AOC, uh, etc. Uh, Kassar's win was badly needed for the progressives flank of the Democratic Party, which has seen a slew of defeats in recent elections. But the race between Representative Henry Cuellar and progressive favorite Jessica Cisneros, seen as a key bellwether. What the fuck is that? for the left, appeared heading for a runoff as neither candidate had reached 50% of the vote as of early Wednesday morning. A runoff would indicate that Kueller, who's uh, ensnared in an FBI investigation into ties between Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. I don't know how to say that. I hear it and I can't remember how to, like, I don't retain that information. Um, and U.S. businessman is on shaky ground after serving 9 terms in the seat. Results show Cisneros outperformed her 2020 primary performance when she lost to Killer by just under 4 points. Abbott remains a political force. Texas Governor Greg Abbott flexed his political muscle Tuesday, pummeling 2 prominent primary challenges who were running to his right. Abbott, a 2 term governor, won the GOP gubernatorial party with a roughly 68% of the vote, and kept his 2 main challengers, former state senator Don Huffines and former Texas GOP chairman uh, Al Allen West, hovering at around 12%. Uh, he will now face off against Representative Beto O'Rourke in the November general election. The GOP's far right flank had come out swinging against Abbott, accusing him of being insufficiently conservative and supportive of former President Trump. Among the criticisms Abbott faced were claims that he waited too long to reopen the state from the coronavirus restrictions and failed to curb unauthorized migration at the southern border. But Abbott pushed forward in the most recent legislative session with a staunchly populist agenda with an eye on his right flank. He pushed for stringent abortion limits, uh, instituted sprawling election restrictions. He also allowed Texans to carry handguns without a permit and prohibited private businesses from uh, instituting vaccine mandates. Those policies, along with Trump's endorsement, helped Abbott blow by his conservative challengers. Okay, so like, listen. Donald Trump is at Mar-a-Lago right now, and he thinks I'm the kingmaker type bullshit. He's not the fucking kingmaker. I mean, he endorsed Roy Moore, who was accused of doing horrible things to a child at the time. So Roy Moore can fuck himself and the horse he rode in on, literally, because he's the dude that, in 2018 rode in on the horse. But um, like, I just can't fathom that Doug Jones barely beat him. Barely. It's nuts. It's crazy to me. So here's something that I want to talk about. Donald Trump does not have the influence that he used to in the Republican Party. That is for sure. I'm not making that shit up to be a turd. That's just true. Um, but yeah, I don't know, folks. I just think that we all need to vote Democrat for probably the next 4 election cycles. So for the next 16 years, we need to vote blue at least until the Republicans cool their fucking shit, because their obsession with being uh liked by Donald Trump is so weird, especially from a guy like Ted Cruz. Fucking Trump in 2016 owned his ass and fucking said his dad like his dad helped kill JFK according to Trump, and then the orange fuck called his wife ugly. He called Ted Cruz's wife ugly, and that dumb son of a bitch decides I'm just gonna you know kiss his ass, uh forgotten whatever, and it's like, what is your deal, dude? Do you not have any fucking balls left? Just a thought. Just a thought. Anyway, folks, thank you for tuning into the Dewey Show. I will be doing more on YouTube once I get this camera situation fixed. Because this camera that I'm using right now, it looks like I'm filming through a shoebox. But this one that I bought, and it's hooked up and everything, it just won't work. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'll have to figure that out. But anyway, if you want to find out more about the Dewey Show, go to deweyshow.com. Please support the sponsor, adammel.com. If you go to adammel.com and you use the offer code Dewey at checkout, you will get 50% off of almost any one item, as well as free and always discreet shipping. adammel.com. ADAMMALE.com. Offer code Dewey at checkout. That's DEWEY at checkout. Uh, yeah, if you want to join the email list, you can do so. Email.dues.news. Yeah. All right, folks. I love you. Have a good day. Remember, love is everything.